Welcome to Accra Tour Part 2. If you haven't seen the first part, please make sure to check my previous video where I go into the details of what I did my first day in Accra. Today, it is centered on Ghanaian history. As much as I love food, I also love learning about history, and I wanted the opportunity to learn about Ghanaian history during my trip. Our first stop was at the Independence Arch, which is like one of the most popular monuments in Ghana. You get the opportunity to climb to the top, and this is where I have to plead to Ghana Tourism Board. They love to promote all of these places, however, they are not well maintained. I don't know if it's the Ministry of Interior Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, whichever ministry is involved, they really need to take better care of our monuments. There are beautiful pictures in there, lovely paintings, Adinkra symbols, things that can talk about the history of Ghana's independence, yet the monument is not well taken care of. So that really needs to change, and this is a constant theme throughout my trip in Ghana.
Ooh, okay, this is the view. Wow, and that's the star. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am here in Accra and I'm out of breath. I just walked up a lot of stairs. So welcome to Independence Square. That's the blaster, there's the stadium, and then there's the arch. We just climbed all the way up here. So is this the National Stadium? No, the National Stadium is behind us. Okay, and this one, what's the official name? Square. Okay, Independence Square. Independence Arch. Okay, and the flags is the Asomdwie Park. And then Usu Castle is over there. Over there, yeah. Christian Book. Oh, okay. Jamestown Lighthouse. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, the breeze is so nice here. Yeah. Woo, so nice. The breeze is so nice. When you live in Ghana, you don't come and see these things until you're not here anymore, and now you're being a tourist in your own country. That's so funny.
After we descended from the arch, we actually went into the square. It's huge and spacious, and it's literally on the shoreline. So when you walk past the arch, you'll get to the sea. It's big and spacious. They have a lot of events happening here, like independence marches and many more things. So yeah, it was nice to check it out.
Heading to Asomdwie Park, where they buried Atta Mills. The only president died. These are the arches from the Independence Park. And here are some animals. And we have some ostriches, some pigeons. Unfortunately, I think they need to take better care of these grounds because, like, you're saying Asomdwie Park. I need to come here and get peace. I'm already stressed.
Just to give a little bit of context on this park, so Asomdwie Park, Asomdwie means peace, and Atta Mills was known to be the type of person who's like, I just want peace, I just want peace. So it was very fitting to have him laid to rest in this park. Along the path, they have quotes that, signify who he was, and then at the end is where he was buried. Now, the thing is, this park was commissioned, or it was renovated actually last year. But when you go in there, it looks like the park has been there for 10 years. They don't really take good care of the grounds, and this is a running theme throughout my trip. I will show you a place where they take very good care of the place, and it's very, very profitable. So if the Ghana Tourism Authority was invested in maintaining a lot of these monuments and significant places, I can only imagine how much farther tourism will go.
Commission of Human Rights and hey, these buildings are nice, eh? It's giving US. We are currently at the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. They have just updated it. So behind me, you can just see a bunch of Adinkra symbols, baskets weaving, just to represent the different parts of the country. And then you have his old car. And yeah, so this is the inside. I don't think I can film everything, so I'll just show what I can actually film. Okay, let's go. please don't do this, please don't do that. Look at what they are saying. Please, please, please. So Ghanaian of them. Look at the picture. It's like they've weaved kente. It's like they've weaved the kente. Do you see it?
Yeah. I see the pattern.
The pattern. Hey, then whoever did, they did a good job.
You did a good job, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
The mausoleum was newly renovated. It just opened this year. It's one of the best kept places of importance in Ghana. And honestly, if all our historic locations were well kept like this, things would be a lot better. So I hope that this trend carries on and that there's more renovations to come on different historic venues in the country.
So this is leading up to his coffin. Kwame Nkrumah is sleeping there. He's probably decomposed by now. But here is everything. They put the traditional drums and players, and then the people who do the horns. It's very much like trying to be as traditional as possible. They just renovated the place, so it looks really, really nice. I have been here before. This part was definitely there, and then that part was definitely there, but then the entrance that they've just added is new. So, and then they have a restaurant at the top over there, and then the entrance where we came from is there. And then this is leading up to our Osajefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I have to look up what Osajefo means. But I also think his wife is buried here. Kwame Nkrumah married an Egyptian woman. Fun facts, they did not know how to communicate with each other. But they were married, they had children. The children are still alive. They kind of look like their father. But Kwame Nkrumah was ousted in 1966 with a coup, and he fled either to Guinea-Bissau or Guinea or Gabon, one of them, because he gave them a lot of our money. But that's another story for another day. I think some people, like, when it comes to our leaders, he fought for independence, all right, and I think that should be celebrated. I think we also really need to recognize all aspects of the leaders that we've had, and that they were all human. So, yeah, so Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and his resting place. So, that's where we are.
Just wanted to clarify a few details. Kwame Nkrumah was ousted in 1966 through a military coup d'etat. He was actually in Vietnam when this happened, so he did not return back to Ghana. Actually, he never saw Ghana alive. The last time he returned was when he was dead. It came out a few decades later that the CIA had something to do with it, just like they had something to do with the multiple coups that were happening on the African continent after the 60s. Obviously, during the Cold War, the Americans did not want any other country cozying up to the Soviet Union. A lot of African countries were building relationships as new countries, and when the Soviet Union got involved, the Americans were not too happy. Kwame Nkrumah's last few years as a president was very interesting. Obviously, when he was ousted, he went to Guinea, and where he was accepted as a co-president, there is speculation that he invested heavily in that country. As a Pan-Africanist, he was very much concerned about the development of Africa overall, and sometimes people think that his vision was way beyond what he could do and did not take into account the country that he had to. Towards the end of his presidency, he wanted to make the country a one-party system. There's a lot of nuances to his presidency. I think it's important for us to think about everything that a leader has to face and not just think about the good, but also appreciate him as a human being with all of his goods and all of his flaws.
Because music is the food for your soul, so you have to open yourself as you enjoy dancing, the same way you open yourself to flex your body.
Okay.
And also to keep the memory of rhythms. Because make sure already be back, boom. I don't know, maybe I'm a boy. Very good. Half of your palm, that is also a key.
Okay.
It is.
After my little drum lesson at the Accra Arts Center, we went to the National Museum. They have just recently renovated it, so they had some new exhibitions. This was talking a little bit more about our history, our diversity and culture, but also how that makes us a unique nation. So we learned a little bit about the indigenous people of Ghana, which are the Guans, and you can find them throughout Ghana. They have different unique cultures of their own. And we also learned about, present day Ghana, the different groups here that have been here through migration, the cultures, the rites of passages and everything. I just wish that the museum was a lot bigger. Ghana is a very diverse country with 50 plus ethnic groups and tribes. It would be really, really nice to have at least some representation of that and a little bit more extensive information about the groups. But I also don't blame them because a lot of our stolen arts, our stolen history is in other parts of the world, predominantly Western and colonizer nations. So there's only so much that we can offer and we can have here. And also a lot of our history is oral. So we don't have a lot of things that are written down. So that can also affect how well history is told. I think that our history is usually weaved into, our beliefs, our folklore, our stories. And I think that would be a really good way to present Ghanaian history. So just a few things that I would have loved to see, but I really did appreciate that the museum had some information to offer people. This is also a relatively newly renovated place. And the trend goes that the newly renovated place tend to get more eyes and more visitors. And the experience is definitely a lot better. We also learned a little bit about the political history of Ghana. One thing I did not know is that Ghana has been pretty much ruled by the same family. Our current president, Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa, his dad was one of the big six who was fighting for independence. His uncle, his dad's cousin, they were all part of it. And throughout Ghanaian history, his family has had some kind of political role. So it's just sad to see that one family has had such an impact on the country and it's not like they've done much good. Our country is in shambles right now, but that's another story for another day. After that, we took a short trip to Makola. Because it was raining, we really could not see much. I had a drink just to have a drink, and then we ended the day at gobe, which is plantain and beans, a vegan's favorite meal to have in Ghana. That's pretty much everything for the Accra vlog. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. More videos are going to be coming up throughout the month of November and December, so I will see you in my next video. Bye.